Well, we're only 12 days into 2022, and already somebody in the Dead by Daylight community has already gone above and beyond and threatened the lives of somebody's family.
Here comes the juicy one.
Once again, it is Solved or AbsolvedLIVE or Cole, whatever have you. So to give some context to this video, last night, DBD streamer and YouTuber Spook was playing Dead by Daylight as he normally would on any day when he happened to get somebody that was just incredibly upset with the way that their game ended out. So that person then came to his stream and started to harass him, continually knock him offline, etc., and then ultimately threatened his family.
Yeah, just stay on the gen, dude. Good call. Killer main POV? Oh, you mean the POV that doesn't whine about everything in the game? Yeah, that is true. That is true. That is He actually got me.
Alright, so right here, he comes back from being AFK for a moment and realizes that he was followed by somebody named I have a NordVPN passer or something of the sort, because Spook normally streams with a VPN in order to protect himself from stuff like this happening, but this guy happened to have a VPN bypasser and continued to harass him with it.
Wow. That is some dedication, man. I gotta say. Well done. Well done. Their name was I have a Nord bypasser. Well done. You dedicate your actual life. Your actual life you dedicate to getting a Nord bypasser.
And you see, that's just how the Dead by Daylight community is, man. And I've played COD for years, like 4 years consecutively. I played COD, and like it pales in comparison to the level of weirdos that I have like come across, you know, and Spook has come across them as pretty much anybody that's been in this community for a long time. We've all come across people like this guy that's harassing Spook. It's just so weird that like the Dead by Daylight community is just so like depraved like this.
To get people's IP addresses. That is quite a way to live a life. I gotta say, well done. You did get me. I mean, you got me disconnected. In theory, couldn't you do it again? Should be able to do it again, right? Could be a fun little game.
So yeah, I believe he did get fortunate enough to where it only happened the one time. Like this guy actually did relent a little bit afterwards, but let's continue watching.
The way they made a whole account? Yeah. That's like the obsessive stalker people that are in this game's community. That's why I've always said that the DBD community is the worst, because it's got like really weird stalker people in it. People who like dedicate their lives to stalk people. You know what I mean?
I've had a litany of people that have like come into my there was a time where I was having to ban 5-10 people a day. Hasn't really happened as much, you know, in the last year or so, but like in 2019, 2020, I was having to ban 5 to 10 people a day from my stream that were coming by and just absolutely shattering the terms of service, being weird, raiding my Discord, etc. Like that stuff, when you play killer especially, that is going to happen to you a lot, and it is really indicative of how sad a lot of like the Dead by Daylight community really is.
Creators that they don't like. It's like a weird obsession. It's like a weird obsession thing. I mean, people do it to, you know, all kinds of different DBD creators. All kinds of DBD creators, yeah. It's very sad. Some people just don't have their own, like, they don't have any substance in their lives. So they, you know, they project into other people's lives, to try to make their lives worse, to try to take them down to their level.
Yeah, I noticed that a lot in the Dead by Daylight community, you know, like, God, there was a time, and, you know, as I previously iterated, where I've streamed, and I've had 5 to 10 people. There was even a point where I made a fan mail command where I would, like, categorize and store everybody's piece of fan mail. I have over 100 pieces of fan mail. Like, if you go into my chat right now, twitch.tv/AbsolvedLIVE, and you do !fan mail, you can see over 100 pieces of fan mail over the last year that have been dropped in my chat that I have cataloged.
Can PC nerd killers do anything but tunnel and camp? I play on PS5, so I don't know the answer to that question. I play on PS5. So I couldn't answer that personally. Maybe somebody in chat.
And there you have another person come into his chat just to complain in his chat. This is like paramount. Like, this is literally the Dead by Daylight community. Always coming into somebody else's chat, typically insulting. Now, in this case, he didn't, you know, personally get insulted in terms of his visual appearance, but there's just so much, like, unnecessary just bitching in other people's chats. Like, it literally costs absolutely nothing to not go into somebody's chat and just bitch in their chat. It costs $0, dude. Not even a penny.
Maybe somebody in chat could answer that for you. Not me, though. I'm on PS5. What happened? Somebody got my IP address and DDoSed me. No, it's not about causing me to lag. It's about they bypassed my VPN to get my IP address, and then they booted me off the internet. Suppose.
So this person says right here, like, what is the end game to DDoSing you? To, you know, waste his time, to ruin his stream, just to make sure he's having a miserable time for the night. That's the objective idea behind it. Because they died in a video game, they take it so absolutely personally that they take time out of their day to, like, make sure, you know, in this instance, Spooks cannot, or just rather Spook cannot stream and or continue to produce content. That is the end game goal, to F with him and to ruin his stream and to ruin his fun time for the night outside, you know, using means outside of the game, which is just, like, incredibly petty. It's just really cringe.
That's what they said. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It's a lot of dedication, though. It's a lot of dedication towards hating somebody that you've never met because of what they do in a video game.
Precisely.
That's a lot of dedication.
Very much so dedication.
You're calmer about it than I would be. I mean, nothing surprises me, you know?
Especially, I don't know how long Spook's been doing the streaming thing, but for me personally, I've been doing it for about over 3 years now. And, you know, nothing's surprising. Like, you just start to develop, like, a callus from all the external stimuli. Like, no, it's just nothing surprises me anymore in this game with its player base. You know, if something like that happens, I'm not even surprised anymore.
There's not much that this cesspool of a community could do to surprise me, to be honest, you know?
Precisely. As I just said, right. And Spooks just iterated on. Yeah, I don't know what that Jane thought was gonna happen there. Maybe she didn't know he was standing there because of the Insidious, but that was a really weird play from that Jane. I don't know what she thought was gonna happen there.
Best work in the game?
Dude, just thinking about doing that right there on a controller is actually giving me an aneurysm. I'm not gonna lie, dude. That was literally filling me with stress. Imagining like curving around that with a controller right there. Because I used to play on controller like when I was on PS4, and it was absolutely horrible, horrible way to play DBD.
Nice.
In my opinion, like it was just so hard,
Holy
dude.
hell, dude. I didn't think she's gonna go straight back down. Okay.
Now, as you can see right now, he just got followed by somebody who I assume is being malicious and a weirdo named Tracing GPS Hotspot at moment. I don't know what the rest of that is, but that, or at the moment, ATM, never mind. That it's just very weird, dude. Like, these players are freaks. Just this community is so rancid and rotten at its core. And you could see, like, he's starting to realize what's going on, or rather, he's been realizing for about a minute now. He's kind of sitting there just perplexed that this weirdo is stalking him and basically openly threatening him by following him with these names. Because you never know. You never know. When somebody on the internet says some stuff like this, does some stuff like this, you never know if it's just a joke or they could be dead serious. You have no way to know. Like, your peace of mind when somebody does some weird stuff like this, it's just tainted. Your peace of mind is just blown away because you get weirdos like this who could take it above and beyond and actually do something extremely heinous in real life, and it's disgusting.
Yeah, so the person came back in again. I don't think you guys can see it, but they said that they're gonna have my address, I think, or something. They said 5 minutes. I don't know if that's what they meant. They said I'll have your Addy. Kind of concerning, because I have kids, you know, and I don't know how far these people will take this stuff. It's, you know, so I might need to like call my local authorities just to be safe.
Yeah, so right here, you have somebody come into your stream and they say, I have your Addy. You as a streamer, you don't know what that means. They could just be screwing with you, or that could be a legitimate threat. You know, they could say, I have your Addy, we'll be posting it in 5 and showing up in 5 hours. You don't know. Like, that's a cause to alarm for a streamer, that there is somebody out there that is just openly threatening you like that. It's despicable, dude. Just absolutely despicable. That people are just so sick in the head that because they died in a video game that they're just threatening to show up to somebody's house. Like, they need help, dude. Whoever, I assume this is the person on a different account. Absolutely, they need help.
Or something, you know? Might need to call my local authorities, to be honest.
So this person says, why though? So I'm going to give you some color on why you probably would need to alert your local authorities. So say that person finds your address and then they SWAT you. You're going to have a SWAT team blasting down your door and doing God knows what. It's a very dangerous, very sick thing to do to another person. So typically, if you have the belief that somebody is threatening to do that to you, the best thing you can do is get in touch with your local authorities and tell them that there is, you know, potential danger that somebody may call in a swatting or may call in something stupid like that. Like, they'll say, I'm at this address, 2 people are dead, and I don't know what I'm gonna do next, right? And you call in some, and this is where I'm at, and they'll give the my whole computer just, and they'll give the address of the streamer. A SWAT team shows up. They don't know what to expect. As far as they know, there's somebody there that just killed 2 people, and they don't know what could happen next. It could be volatile. That is absolutely just sick, dude. And I'm hoping whoever this sick asshole is gets found.
I'm gonna give him a call real quick.
Police and fire non-emergency line. All call takers are currently held.
And so right here, he's muted his stream. He's pretty much documenting, like I said, he's documenting with his local police department that if you get a call or anything stupid like that, you know, to be vigilant that there is somebody that is threatening him, and they very much may well call, you know, the local PD department that's redundant, PD, you know, just the PD, and say that something is going on at his house. You know, 2 people are dead, and I still have the gun, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm having crazy thoughts. That's what happens. That's how swatting usually happens. So he's documenting that with police and whatnot, especially as swatting becomes more and more prevalent. Like, it's more like normal as a streamer to, you know, I mean, you don't have to be friends with your local PD, but at least have like a rapport. Like, you know, if some stuff like that happens, and you're a big streamer, like, it's best if your local PD, especially, you know, has a little heads up that if they get a suspicious call from your address, that there's likely somebody with devious intentions trying to get that person harmed. This person's goal, if they were to actually swat him, is to get him or somebody in his house or his entire family fucking killed. That is the goal of whoever this guy is, if he's potentially trying to get him swatted. Like, you know, Spooks has been doing this thing for at least a year or two. He's well acquainted with the playing the game of Dead by Daylight. He's well acquainted. Like, he's handling this, you know, I would say pretty well. Because imagine this, you're some freshly minted streamer. You've been streaming for 3 months. You don't have many friends on Twitch, you know. And somebody comes in, and you don't really get that many viewers. You don't get that many chatters. And the first thing they do is they're threatening your life, and they tell you your address. That is absolutely terrifying, especially if you're a newer streamer who hasn't like become calloused and developed the fortitude. That is absolutely terrifying. Now, he's able to handle this exceptionally well right here, because this is something he's been dealing with for years. And it's just something that as a streamer, you kind of have to understand is always a potential risk. That there is going to be somebody crazy out there that is willing to go to extenuating circumstances to ruin your life or potentially end it. It's disgusting. And it's indicative of the Dead by Daylight player base. It's disgusting.
All right, why are we? What is happening? I haven't been looking at chat. What is happening though? Situation's good. I called the dispatch center. They took down everything, and they said that they're gonna have somebody call me back to verify all that. So we will see. Thank you guys for all the love though. So yeah, I need to keep my eye out on my phone in case it rings, because again, they're gonna call back and verify. I don't know. It could have been a false threat. I don't know, but I just want to be safe.
And you see right there, and he even just says, right, it could be a false threat. It very well could be, but nobody has any way to know, especially with how depraved the Dead by Daylight player base is. He has no way to know. So it's best to catalog everything just in case that this person is an actual sick you know, sick F, dude. He's got to catalog everything, and you should always catalog everything, especially when a threat like this is placed, potentially threatening the life of you or your family. Okay, it's now nighttime. I just realized I screwed up my recording, so I just spent about an hour and a half, 2 hours fixing it in editing software, syncing everything up, so I wouldn't have to do a second take, because I would have just been absolutely destroyed if I would have did a second take. I wouldn't have spoke as much. So let's get back into it.
Because of a video game. Remember that, guys. It's because of a video game. None of this would be happening if it wasn't for somebody being upset over Dead by Daylight. None of it.
Yeah, precisely. Right there. Him getting knocked offline and having somebody literally stalk him and essentially like hint to threatening his life by saying that they have his address entirely because they died in a game of Dead by Daylight. Like, it's just absolutely pathetic, as I've been saying this entire video.
Just remember that. Just remember that.
Just how upset.
Well, it's not like I just took what they said as a threat. They already
Like, I understand typical in-game banter. I don't care about that, but when somebody's so weird that they're going out of their way to find your address so they can then give you vague threats, it's shameful, absolutely shameful, that they are giving vague threats on not only his life, but the life of, I'm pretty sure he has kids and a wife and pets, like 5-6 lives, all threatened by this guy. Vague, you know, with vague hints of threats. It's just disgusting
and
how this game brings it out in people.
They're calling me back. Hold on. I have spoken with the chief of police. We are good. Yours told you it was your fault? Really, Hext? Holy shit. Have you had similar threats, Hext, or is it just that you were just doing it just in case? Yeah, they must be having a slow night, because yeah, he called me himself.
Oh yeah, and then right here, like, this person got us, like, saying, gotta admit that someone that wants to start this sort of stuff in the future, you know, they want to start a streaming career. Good luck, dude, because it's absolute torture sometimes. I wish you the best of luck in your endeavors, like, genuinely. Navigating the whole streamosphere, whatever, it is a hell of a time, dude. Hell of a time. Best of wishes on that endeavor. But yeah, basically, you know, long story short, to end off this video, like, this community, you know, in a lot of ways, a lot of the people in it, you know, it's a cesspool. And I know there's always going to be people that are like, well, but it's actually not that bad. I mean, come on, dude, just admit it's a cesspool. Really is. When you have to, like, precariously play every game, with the expectation that some weird individual is gonna, like, start stalking you after you play the game, and it happens this frequently. Like, it's not just a one-off, it's common. It's common, dude. Like, any, like, streamer, primarily killer streamers, you know, Survivor streamers too, to a lesser degree, because I never really face vitriol when I play Survivor, but we can all tell you, like, this community, it is absolutely rancid more often than not. But yeah, of course, I hope absolutely nothing bad happens to Spooks. You know, it's a bad situation to be in. Hopefully it's just some shitter doing a god-awful prank, you know. Best wishes to him. Hope it all goes well. And anyway, you know, this was AB Solved. I stream on Twitch just about every day. Just started doing videos like these where I pretty much cover topics in Dead by Daylight. You know, I stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/AbsolvedLIVE. I have every killer in the game, P350, with every single perk. If you want to check that out, links in the description below, you know, and, well, until next time,